If you don't know the kind of person I am, and I don't know the kind of person you are, a pattern that others made will prevail in our world. And following the wrong God home, we will miss our star. I'm an amateur as far as the field of developmental disabilities go. I was schooled as a philosopher, and I found myself working with people with disabilities by accident of circumstance. So I'm not a researcher. I wasn't trained to write papers for the American Journal of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities. I was taught to pay attention to experience. And so the step that comes before looking for the right words is finding the right people. And what I've noticed is that almost anybody can be the right person, but that there are always circumstances where people are moving the edge of what we're doing forward, deeper into a territory that I find valuable. And so my first step is to find somebody to listen to. And often that's the place, or always that's the place, where the image or the phrase or the possibility comes alive. And so lots of what I write is reflection on those generative statements, images that come from the experience of people who are living the struggle for a better life, despite all the pressures of social devaluation and social exclusion. So when the words have life, when they reflect actual experience, they have power, which I'm trying to find a way to reflect and reflect on. For me, it boils down to something in practical terms that's pretty simple. And that does run against the grain of a lot that is common in our culture. Because ours is a culture that, from my point of view, greatly values autonomy, the single person by themselves, making it or not making it in competition with others. That gets expressed in things like a desire for independence and choice that translates into a pretty superficial understanding of what choice is, what autonomy really means. And so you end up with the person-centered planning as make-a-wish activity, looking for things that are good things to look for. A trip to Disneyland, a chance to go to the beach, whatever. Good experiences, good things to be doing, but not anywhere near the depth of who any person is. We spend our lives, I think, trying to work out who we are and what our contributions can be and what it is that brings meaning to our lives. And I think one of the hallmarks of truly excellent supports for people is that the same idea animates relationships there. We're looking for your gifts, for your potential contributions to the common good. So we believe that there is a common good, not just a sort of odd lot of atomistic individuals fighting for their share of consumption. Witnessing what happens when people even have a minimum of human connectedness and the minimum of environmental conditions that allow a person to act like a human being. It's, in an odd way, it's how easy it is. And so it's that flash, it's that moment when things shift for a person that hooked me, not just the awfulness of it. If it had been just the awfulness, I don't think I could have lasted. If we are serious about the concept of person or the idea of person incorporating the notion of uniqueness, then what have we discovered? Even a little tiny bit about what makes this person themselves as distinct from everybody else. When we introduce the idea of person, we introduce the notion of mystery. People are not problems to be solved. They're a mystery to inspire wonder. If we've had a good experience with our planet, there'll be a moment of wonder, of awesome is awe is what person inspires, right? If I catch a glimpse of a person, that is an awesome mystery that's there sitting with us. And we have the privilege to appreciate what that uniqueness might mean.
But then John and I started thinking, well, that's good about what's not working and what do we not want, but what do we want? What kinds of things are we trying to work for, not just what are we trying to work against?
And we need to look for dimensions of human experience that we never get finished with. So we never get too good at choosing, never get too good at deepening our belonging, our citizenship. We never get too good at sharing the places and the activities and the rituals of community life in a skillful and satisfying way. We never get too good at developing our capacity to bring our distinctive gifts to other people. We can't finish fulfilling the valued social role of citizen. These are worthwhile things to look at in people's lives, and that kind of created windows. Each valued experience becomes like a window on people's experience, and it also becomes a container for shaping intention, which is what person-centered planning is about. is shaping collective intention around what a particular person finds meaningful and valuable in composing a life that they and the people who love them find worth living. By listening deeply, participants in good person-centered planning bring their work alive and animate the search for a desirable future. They act from gifts of convening and boundary crossing to form a diverse circle who hold the animating question, what more is possible for this person? They call on the gifts of testing assumptions and searching for new ways to know, and ask, how might this person experience even more belonging, even greater respect, even more opportunities to share the ordinary places and activities of community life, even greater contributions to their families, friends, and communities, and even greater choice and control in their lives. The circle invites its members to follow the path of co-creation, stepping away from more of the same and sensing new possibilities, being still to form a commitment to creating the new, learning through confident action.